It's the Mustang Insider Show presented by Cal Portland, the largest building materials company of cement and construction material products on the West Coast. Now, here's Chris Sylvester, the voice of the Mustangs.
And so we get going on another edition of the Cal Poly Mustang Insider presented by Cal Portland. Mustang baseball rolling. They have won 6 of their last 7. They are 5-1 in the Big West, about set to start a 6-game stretch against non-conference competition before the home stretch of the Big West season. Our guest this week is in his 3rd year at Cal Poly. He is the reigning Big West Pitcher of the Week. He is the nation's leader in strikeouts with 66 before the month of April. Drew Thorpe, sophomore right-hander out of Washington, Utah, joins us now on the Mustang Insider. Drew, appreciate your time. You guys have been on a roll as a team. You have been on a roll of Friday nights. Take me through the last couple of weeks. Harvard series. I know you guys were disappointed with how that one wrapped up, but then you got a nice 5-day break in between that and the conference opener. You guys come back late to beat CSUN, and that seemingly has flipped the switch for Cal Poly baseball.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Harvard series was just kind of the last I don't know, like run through what we need to do, and we split with them, and that wasn't very good. But then going into conference, it's a whole different ball game, and every game is going to be tough to win, no matter what, no matter who you're playing. It's just how conference is, and that's how it's been the last couple of years. And we kind of know that conference is what we need to do in order to get the berth into the NCAAs. So that's kind of been our goal ever since we started conference, and we've started off great, and hopefully we'll keep that going. So,
oh, you had 15 strikeouts across 7 shutout frames last time out, picked up a win to open up the series at UC San Diego. Let's go back to before where we are now in 2022. You went to Desert Hills High School in Washington, Utah. At what point of your high school career did you hear about Cal Poly? And when did that mutual interest between you and the coaching staff, Larry Lee and the Mustangs, come into play that ultimately led to your decision to pick Cal Poly?
Yeah, I have family on my mom's side that are from Santa Maria, so I've kind of known about Cal Poly for a while. And then coming into my sophomore year of high school, I came out to a camp and then came out to another one my junior year of high school, and kind of got talking with the coaches and everything. And then we really settled the deal right before my senior year, and I committed here. And that was this is where I wanted to go ever since I came out to the camps. So it's a great place, and I love it.
Now you hit .390, played shortstop and pitched in high school. Was there ever a thought of being a two-way guy at the next level, or did you pretty much know that your focus would be pitching once you got to college?
When I came in, Coach Lee kind of didn't really know what to do with me. I was kind of two-way guy. He didn't really like me on the mound as much, I don't think, in high school, but I threw my first bullpen, and he saw that I had a changeup, so that was the end of the story for hitting for me. But no, yeah, I came in doing both, but I kind of knew myself that my future was on the mound, so that's kind of where I put most of my efforts towards.
Well, we can't forget, I think you had an at-bat, early last season against Nevada? I mean,
Yeah,
what was that moment like?
Really quick.
It came and went, and maybe we'll see you get up there with the bat again, or maybe not. You've been doing pretty well on the pitching slab, but we're talking to Drew Thorpe of Cal Poly baseball, reigning Big West Pitcher of the Week. 2020, your first college start was against Vanderbilt, and Vanderbilt had just won the College World Series in 2019. At what point before opening day 2020 did you know that your first college start would be against Vandy? And take me through the emotions, if you could, pitching against the defending College World Series champs at a Major League Baseball spring training facility to start your college career. I mean, that must have been a unique experience.
Yeah, no, for sure. A little bit nerve-wracking, I guess, but I knew about our pitching coach set out the schedule probably a week before, so I kind of had that whole week knowing that I was starting that Sunday on opening weekend, and I didn't really have too many expectations for myself. I mean, I've never thrown a college game or anything like that, and I'm throwing against the defending national champions, so didn't really have too many expectations for myself, and just kind of trusted myself and went out there and did what I could do. So
Well, quite the first impression. You pitched 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 6 strikeouts, left the mound with a big lead. Now, Vandy mounted to come back late. Cal Poly ultimately won the game, but that's probably something you won't soon be forgetting. Now, 2020 wasn't very fun after that. You never played any conference games. Fast forward to 2021, you're the Friday night guy, the ace of the weekend rotation, so to speak. What was that adjustment like with such limited experience under your belt with the shortened 2020 season?
it was different, but I mean, I kind of knew what I could do, and just kind of took over the leadership role a little bit more than I was the year before. And then I learned under like Taylor Dollard and the guys before me kind of how things go. And I talked to them a lot about conference and stuff like that. And so I think they helped me quite a bit, just knowing what I need to be able to do and how things go throughout a season and stuff like that. But still just trusting in myself and putting the work in that I had all fall and everything. It was good.
But you finished 6-6 last year, sub 4 earned run average in your first full Division I season. Last season had to have been strange. No spectators much of the year. You had those 4-game conference series, the doubleheaders Saturdays, no midweeks. How did you adjust to that type of environment where you started the year with no fans, and then there were limited fans, and then by the end of the season, we had packed stadiums again?
Yeah, no, it was weird, especially, I mean, the first couple of weeks of the season where there's nobody in the stands and it's dead quiet, and you can hear each other in the dugout saying everything, and it was a super weird environment, but I mean, we just kind of got used to it, and that's how it was, and that's how it was going to be, and so I mean, there's nothing you can really do about it. Just got to go out and play the game, and the 4-game series were a lot, and I think, yeah, I mean, 4 games in a weekend's tough, and no Tuesday games, and no midweek games, I guess. I mean, having them now, I didn't really have them my freshman year, but having them now, it's a lot different. I forget about it sometimes, like, oh, we have a game today, and it's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. But no, it was different, but that's just how it was, and we just had to go out and compete no matter what. I mean, it's a tough situation, but everyone else is doing it too, so.
Drew Thorpe is our guest on the Cal Poly Mustang Insider presented by Cal Portland. 2021 summer rolls around. You're pitching in the Cape. You're pitching with Team USA. How much did you grow as a pitcher over the summer last year? And what did you aim to work on coming out of the college season in 2021?
Um, the main thing I needed to work on was just developing breaking balls, or one or the other. And I think that's kind of one of the main things that I developed over the fall, and that's really helped me. Last year, I was pretty much just relying on the fastball changeup, and now I have a third pitch this year that I kind of developed over the summer. Learned from one of the guys at Team USA. It's been working out well, and I think that's just taking me to the next level. So.
Oh, I mentioned at the top, this season, you're the national leader in strikeouts. You just had 15 in 7 shutout innings at UC San Diego. What would you say your best 2-strike pitch is? I know it's a batter by batter thing. You like to throw that changeup to left-handed hitters. You like to throw that breaking ball to right-hand hitters. But 1-run game, tying run at third, full count, 2 strikes. I mean, where are you going? What's your best swing and miss pitch with 2 strikes?
I don't know. That's a tough. I mean, obviously the changeup is probably where I'm going to go to because I've had that for so long. But throughout this year, I mean, the slider's been great, and I mean, it just depends on the hitter and the swings they've taken before the at bat previously. But I mean, if you gave me that scenario right now, I'm going change up.
Going change up. It tails down and away against those lefties, against righties. It's tougher to pick up as well. It's definitely a plus change up. We'll talk about what that might translate to at the next level. But now that you've seen just about everybody in the Big West from a season ago, do you feel like the familiarity with a lot of the returning hitters has given you an edge this season?
Um, yes and no. I mean, obviously, like they've seen me too, so it's kind of the same. But I think it's the pitchers definitely have the upper hand on that. And I mean, I've gotten a lot better since I was last year. I'm a whole different pitcher, so and I'm sure like some of the guys are better hitters just with another year and a lot more at bats and stuff. But yeah, I think it does give me a little bit of an edge just seeing kind of them a little bit last year and just now knowing that I'm a lot better than I was last year. That just helps me confidence wise and going into conference, the rest of conference play. So.
Oh, you've started 6 games this year. 5 of them have been quality outings. Had the complete game shutout earlier this month against Harvard. Now, that Harvard series, we talked about it. It could have sent the trajectory of the season one way or the other, but you guys have turned it into a positive, seemingly winning 6 of 7 after this 5-1 start in the Big West. What did you learn from the first 2 weekends of the conference season last year? Because I remember leaving CSUN, you closed out the series finale there, picked up a save. You guys started the Big West season 3-1. Then this UC San Diego team comes to slow. They take 3 of 4 from you guys. It kind of put you guys behind the 8 ball after a couple of conference weekends. Not the case this year, winning 5 of the first 6 Big West games.
Yeah, I mean, I think the 3-game series definitely has a little bit to do with it. It's a lot less pitching and stuff like that. But I mean, Coach Lee always tells us just early on, just stay in the top half or the top third of the Big West. And that's kind of what we're shooting for. As we go on, other teams will fizzle out and other guys will fall down, but we just need to stay up as long as we can. And we've done a great job with that. And going anywhere on the road in a conference game and taking 2 out of 3 is great. And hopefully we can do that the rest of the year and sweep at home when we need to and end up winning the Big West. So,
hey, is there a pregame routine that you have on Fridays before you pitch, like maybe a meal that you eat or a song playlist that you listen to?
No, I'm not really. Not really, honestly.
Not a superstitious guy?
Not very. I mean, I try to keep my days somewhat similar. I'll go get food. Doesn't have to be a certain place though. I try to keep my routine pretty similar, but I'm not too superstitious about anything.
Hey, your teammate Brooks Lee, pretty good ball player, top 5 prospect, could very well go number 1 overall in the Major League Baseball draft this summer. You have caught the attention of many at the next level as well. You know, Friday nights at Baggett, if you've been out, scouts from all over are in attendance to watch you do your thing. It's not a matter of if, but a matter of when your name will be called this summer. Knowing you could be playing professionally this time next year, how do you stay focused in the moment and focus on helping this Cal Poly team get back to the postseason?
I mean, you kind of just try to throw it out the window a little bit. I mean, obviously, that's something I've looked forward to ever since I was little, and that's something I will look forward to in a couple of months. But as of right now, I mean, the cards will fall into place where they need to. I just need to keep doing what I'm doing, and I mean, I'd rather be playing right before the draft than sitting at home. So that's kind of the goal. Just kind of don't worry about the draft right now. And Brooks is the same way. I mean, yeah, he's supposed to be a top 5 pick, but we want to help this team get to a regional, and that's kind of our main goal. And we want Coach Lee to have a successful season and get to a regional as well. And that's kind of what we set to accomplish in the beginning of the year, and that's on the path we're going. So.
Well, he mentioned it this tonight against Santa Clara at home, the start of 6 straight against non-conference competition. Obviously, the easiest way to get to a regional is by winning the Big West and getting that automatic bid. But you guys would like to give yourselves a chance should you come up short in the conference standings. And there's certainly a lot of importance surrounding these next 6 games. It is Dixie State in town this weekend. For those that don't know, Dixie State is in St. George, Utah, just a few miles from your hometown of Washington, Utah. I know it's not the same as a true homecoming, like going over there and pitching, but is there any extra juice going into the weekend, knowing that you're playing your hometown university, where I'd imagine you might know some of the guys on the other side?
Yeah, I mean, I know a couple of the guys, but I mean, it's not any different than any other game. Just go out there and do what I do. Doesn't matter who we're playing. Doesn't matter what the other team is, where they're from. Just go out and do my thing. So it's kind of my mindset every week. So
Drew Thorpe of the Cal Poly Mustangs, our guest on the Mustang Insider. Hey, really appreciate your time and look forward to watching you do your thing at Baggett under the Friday night lights.
hey, thank you. No problem.
All right, good stuff from the Mustang ace, Drew Thorpe, our guest this week on Mustang Insider. Big week for him over the weekend at UC San Diego, earning him a number of different awards from a few different college baseball outlets. As always, we'd like to thank AM Sun Solar. If you are worried about rising PG&E rates, go solar. Pay less on your monthly bills. Seamless installs, custom financing solutions. The experts at AM Sun Solar have it all. Visit amsunsolar.com, your local solar experts. Podcast also brought to you in part by Dignity Health, offering all-star treatment you can trust. Learn more about their healthcare services, dignityhealth.org/Central Coast. All right, the Mustangs opening up a 5-game homestand against Santa Clara Tuesday. That'll continue on into the weekend, a 4-game series. Dixie State, the Trailblazers from the Western Athletic Conference at Baggett Stadium. Friday night at 6, doubleheader. Saturday starts at 1, as does the series finale on Sunday. General admission tickets, just $5. Visit gopoly.com for more information. That'll do it for this edition of the Mustang Insider, presented by Cal Portland from Learfield.
This has been the Mustang Insider Show, presented by Cal Portland, with a commitment to environmental leadership that has made the organization stronger and is the primary choice of contractors. The Mustang Insider Show. The preceding has been a Learfield's presentation on the Cal Poly Sports Network.